Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. I don't know if you can hear me yet. There. Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Patit Pavana Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम श्री शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय. राधा विनु बिहारी जी की जय. राधा गोपीनाथ जी की जय. गिरिराज महाराज की जय. Seems to be working. हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय. हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय. गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna. We will begin with Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan is the auspicious invocation calling for the grace, the blessings, the mercy, the sidelong glances of our beloved Srila Gurudev, our beloved Srila Prabhupada, our Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, Patit Pavan, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Prem Purushottam Shachinandan Gaura Hari, going all the way back to the original Guru, who is Krishna himself, and his Guru of Prem, Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radha Thakurani. You can find Mangalacharan on page 1 of this beautiful bhajan treasure trove, Sri Gaudiya Giti Gucha, starting with Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam. And today happens to be a very, very auspicious day. It is the day of the disappearance of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, most intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also of Sri Shivananda Sen, another very intimate associate of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And it also is Rath Yatra. So, Rath Yatra, we all know what that is, but we'll still discuss it. Some of the deeper, more esoteric meanings according to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and many bhajans are required for today, so I will try to be as expedient as possible without losing the mood. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangscha Om Ajnanatmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Shrimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitti Namine Shri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Gunaischa Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvang Shirashan Namami Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Padabjidtaika Hriddi Chaitanya Leela Amrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvang Satatam Prapadye Nama Om Vishnupadayo Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnupadayo Gaura Presthaya Bhutale Shri Shrimar Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Itti Namine Ati Martya Charitraya Swashritan Chapaline Jiva Dukhe Sadarataya Shri Nama Premadayine नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवर्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञानो दयिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाध्य श्रीरूपानुग भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दिनतारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसम्बोधे पदाम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगव्वरायते। गौराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्टा सजनप्रिय वैष्णवः सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जयतां सुरतौ पङ्गोर्मम मन्दं मतेर्गति मत्सारवस्वपदाम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनो दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमद श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भी वंशीवतत्ततस्थितः कार्षन्वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथः श्रियेष्टुनः। वृन्दाये तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्रजू की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी की जय। श्री शिवानंद सेन की जय। So first we will call out for the mercy and grace of Shri Guru. Without Shri Guru, we cannot understand anything or move 1 inch on the path of sadhana. Guru Kripa bina nahi koi sadhana bal. So we will sing Gurudev Kripa karke mujhko apna lena, page 360 in our Shri Gaudiya Giti Gucha. Hare Krishna. गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना, मैं शरण परा तेरी, चरणों में जगा देना, चरणों में जगा देना। गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना, करुणा निधि नाम तेरा, करुणा बरसाओ तुम, सोए हुए भाग्यों को हे नाथ जगाओ तुम, हे नाथ जगाओ तुम। मेरी नाव भांबर डोले, उसे पार लगा देना। गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना, तुम सुख के सागर हो, भक्ति के सहारे हो, मेरे मन में समाये हो, मुझे प्राणों से प्यारे हो, मुझे प्राणों से प्यारे हो। नितमाला जपूं तेरी, मेरे दोष भुला देना। गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना, मैं संतों का सेवक हूँ, गुरु चरणों का दास हूँ, नहीं नाथ भुलाना मुझे, इस जग में अकेला हूँ, इस जग में अकेला हूँ। तेरे द्वार का भिखारी हूँ, नहीं दिल से भुला देना। गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना। जय गुरुदेव, जय गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव, जय प्रभु पादो, जय प्रभु पादो, प्रभु पादो, जय प्रभु पादो। गुरु परंपरा, गुरु परंपरा, परंपरा गुरु परंपरा। श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, रूपानुग गौरी गुरुवर्ग की जय, श्री गुरु परंपरा की जय। Now we will call for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Sakala Vaishnava Goshai, Doya Koromore. By Sri Radha Mohan Das, page 46 in our Sri Gaudiya Gitikucha. Sakala Vaishnava Goshai, Doya Koromore, Dante Trinadhori Kohe, Edino Pamare, Shri Guru Charano Ar, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Pada Padma Bhavaya, Ore Guru Dhanya, Tomas Vara Koruna Bine, Iha Prapti Noy, Visheshe Ajogya Mui, Kohilo Nishchoy, Vancha Kalpataruha, Karuna Sagara, Eto Bharasa Mui, Oriye Antara, Gunallesho Nahi Moro, Aparadher Sima, Amayudhari Aloke, Dekhao Mahima, Nama Sankirtano Ruchi, Ar Prema Dhana, E Radha Mohane Deho, Oyasa Karuna, Sakala Vaishnava Goshai, Doya Koromore, Dante Trinadhori Kohe, Edino Pamare, Vaishnava Goshai, Vaishnava Goshai, Vaishnava Goshai, Vaishnava Goshai, Jaya Vaishnava Goshai, Vaishnava Goshai, Vaishnava Goshai, Vaishnava Goshai, Prabhu Kripa Koro More Doya Koro, Kripa Koro More Doya Koro, Prabhu Kripa Koro More Doya Koro, Kripa Koro More Doya Koro. All Vaishnavata Gurus ki jai. Young Kalirupa Sharira Nadharata by Madhav Das, page 47. Young Kalirupa Sharira Nadharata Mahanidhi Kutharika Konakapata Ugharata Yang Kalirupa Shariran Nadharata Virakirahangsano Pano Vidhayano Konaprita Kari Payato Ko Sabbatyaji Bhaji Vrindavana Ko Sabbagrantha Virachita Yankalirupa Sharira जानतो विद्यमानो करिबन्ध यं कलिरूपशरीरं धारत जानतो मथुरा वृन्दावन को जानतो व्रजनीत को जानतो राधा माधव रति को जानतो सोई प्रीत यं कलिरूपशरीरं धारत जागर चरण प्रसादे सकल जन काय गोवाय सुख पावत चरण कमले शरणागत माधो तव महिमा उर लागत यं कलि रूपशरीरं धारत व्रज प्रेम महानिधि कुतरिक कौनकपात मुखारत यं कलि रूपशरीरं धारत रूप गोस्वामी प्रभु रूप गोस्वामी 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 प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे रूप हे रूप हे रूप हे रूप हे श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्री सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय रूपानुग गौरी गुरुवर्ग की जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे can't remember what page that's on. Page 96. Special Narottam Das Thakur. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More Toma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Sansare Patita Pavano Hetu Tavayavotaro Mosammapatita Prabhu Napaibe Aro Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Balo মন করো আমি মর দুঃখী দয়া করো সীতাপতি অদ্বৈত গোসাই তব কৃপা বলে পায় চৈতন্য নিতাই হাহা স্বরূপ সনাতন রূপ রঘুনাথ ভক্ত যুগ শ্রীজীবাহা প্রভু লোকনাথ দয়া করো শ্রী আচার্য প্রভু শ্রীনিবাস রামচন্দ্র সঙ্গ মাগে নরোত্তম দাস দয়া করো প্রভুপাদ শ্রীদয়িত দাস বৈষ্ণবেরো কৃপা মাগে অধম দাস দয়া করো গুরুদেব শ্রী চরণে সেবা মাগে পতিত জন শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু দয়া করো মোরে তোমা বিনা কে দয়ালু জগত সংসারে তোমা বিনা কে দয়ালু জগত সংসারে শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি জয় শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি শচীনন্দন জয় গৌর হরি নিতাই হে গৌর হে निताय हे गौर हे पतित पावन श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय श्री गौर परिवार की जय स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी की जय श्री शिवानंद सेन की जय For the pleasure of Jagannath in the form of Krishna, we will now sing Shri Git Govinda Shrita Kamala Kuchamandala Drita Kundala. Page 352 by Shri Jaidev Goswami. This was a favorite, is a favorite of Jagannath and a favorite of Sachinandan Gaura Hari. श्रित कमला कुचमंगल हरि श्रित कमला कुचमंगल ऋत कुंडल कलित ललित वनमाल जय जय देव हरे 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 जय जय देव हरे हीनमणि मंगल मंदन हीनमणि मंगल मंदन भवकन्दन भवकन्दन मुनिजन मानस Janaranjana Janaranjana Yadukula Nalina Dinesha Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Madhumura Naraka Vinashana Madhumura Naraka Vinashana Garudasana Garudasana Surakula Kevidano Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Kamala Kamala Dallalochana Kamala Kamala Dallalochana Bhavamochana Bhavamochana Tribhuvana Bhavanandhano Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Janakasuta Krita Bhushana Janakasuta Krita Bhushana Jitadushana Jitadushana Samarashamita Dashabandha Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Abhinava Jaladhara Sundara Abhinava Jaladhara Sundara Dhritamandara Dhritamandara Shri Mukha Chandra Chakora Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Tava Charane Pranatamaya Hari Tava Charane Pranatamaya Iti Bhavaya Iti Bhavaya Guru Kushalam Pranateshu Jaya Jaya Deva Hare 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 Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Shri Jaya Deva Kaveridam Gurute Mudam Gurute Mudam Gurute Mudam Mangalam Ujjalavitam Gurute Mudam Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Deva Hare Krishna He Krishna He Krishna He Krishna He Krishna He Krishna श्री गोपीनाथ जू की जय। प्रथम समय मृदंग के साथ ये I don't know. Muni Maharaj would always sing it for Gurudev, and Gurudev wanted us to learn it, so he would be very happy. But it's like the tunes that are sung for Jagannath in Puri, but the rhythm is a difficult rhythm. I don't normally play that one. So. Kalayati Nayanam. Unless you want to sing any bhajan by Chandidas or Vidyapati. Like Madhava Bahuti Minoti Koritoy. Okay, Madhava. Page 144 here. Here. This will help me. He Madho, He Radha Madho, Madhavo, He Mahutaminati Karito Solo. Madhavo he bahutaminati karito Choro bimo যে জনমিয়ে ভগবাদিত পতঙ্গে গতাগতি পুনঃ পুনঃ ও মতি রহু দুয়া পর সঙ্গে বিদ্যাপতি অতিশয় কাতর ভানায় তারাইতে ইহ ভব সিন্ধু পদ পল্লব করিয়াবলম্বন দিলয়ে দেব দীন বন্ধু राधा माधव जू की जय कलयति नयनम Shri Rai Ramananda. I witnessed Srila Gurudev. He once told a devotee who sang this Kalayati Nayanam. He said if Jagannath were here right now, he would have reached his arms out to embrace you. So we're going to sing it. Kalayati Nayanam Dishi Dishi Balitam Pankajamiva Mridu Maruta Chalitam. This is for Radharani, but it is sung by Rai Ramananda. So, because Rai Ramananda and Swarup Damodar Goswamis are always singing to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gambhira, today is the day of Swarup Damodar Goswami, but it is also the day of Radharani. Although it's Jagannath Rath Yatra, it's really Radharani pulling Krishna to Braj. So, I'm trying to keep all of the bhajans in line with the bhav of this day according to the Rupanuga Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So Kalayati Nayanam Dishi Dishi Valitam, page 342 by Sri Rai Ramananda. Kalayati Nayanam Dishi Dishi Valitam Pankajamiva Mridu Maruta Chalitam. Vrindavanandini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki jai. In the morning, did you sing Sri Jagannath Ashtakam? No. Kadachit Kalindit Tata Vipina Sangita Taralo. Sri Jagannath Ashtakam. All together. Page 300 in this book. Sri Jagannath Ashtakam. It says, issued from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya, or traditionally it said that. I know that at least two of the verses would be, for sure. Some say it was by Sri Shankaracharya, but Shankaracharya could not have known verse 2 and verse 8. No, verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of this, because it is not within his jurisdiction. But this is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at least verse 2 and verse 6. Maybe not all of it. Like Sri Damodar Ashtakam was not written all at once. It came to Satyavrat Muni over many millions of years. So Jagannath Ashtakam may not be composed by one person. Like Sri Shikshashtakam, your Guru Maharaj said, Mahaprabhu didn't tell it all at once. He told this verse to some bhaktas, this verse to other bhaktas, and then they made the compilation afterward. Because the bhavs are very different in these verses. But anyhow. Kadachit kalindi tata vipina sangita kavaro Utabhiri nari vadana kamala shvadam madhupa 1, 2 Brahma Shambhu Brahma Marapati Ganeshar Chittapado Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Tujhe Sabye Venum Shirashi Shiki Pichankati Tate Kulam Netrante Sahachar Kataksham Vidadhate Sada Shrimad Vrindavana Vasati Leela Parijayo Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me Mahambude Stire Kanaka Ruchire Nila Shikhare Vasan Prasadanto Swahaja Balabhadrena Balina Subhadra Madhyasta Sakala Sura Seva Vasarado Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me Kripaparo Varo Sajalad Jalada Shreni Ruchiro Ramavani Rama Spura Rammala Pankeruhamukha Surendrararadhya Shruti Ganna Shikha Gita Charito Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me Ratarudho Gachan Pati Millita Bhudeva Vatalaye Stuti Pradurbhavam Pratipaddamupakarnya Sadaya Goya Sindurbandhu Sakala Jagatam Sindhu Sudaya Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami भवतु मे परं ब्रह्मापीद कुवलयदल्लोत्फुल्लनयनो विवासिनीलाद्रो निहित चरणोऽनन्तशिरसि रसानन्दिराधासरस वपुरालिङ्गन सुखो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे न बाह्याचे राज्यं न च कन्दकमाणिक्य विभवम् याचेऽहं रम्यां सकल जनकाम्यं वरवधूं सदा काले काले प्रमथपतिनागीतचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु परत्वं संसारं द्रुततरमसारं सुरपते परत्वं पापानं विदतिम् अपरां यादवपते अहो दिने नाथे निहित चरणो निश्चितमिदम् जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ ओ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरि हरि वो श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, कृपानुग गौरीय गुरुवर्ग की जय, श्री शिवानंद सेन की जय, तृतीय तिरुभाव महामहोत्सव की जय, श्री स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी की जय, तृतीय तिरुभाव महामहोत्सव की जय, गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र सुदर्शन चक्रजू की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, राधा गोपीनाथ जी की जय, गिरिराज महाराज की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. And let's not forget Gopinath Prabhu ki jai. You know Gopinath Bhavan? Gopinath Prabhu, he left on this day also. So, because we sang a couple of bhajans, which were very pleasing to Mahaprabhu, and also Jagannath Ashtakam, we are running a little bit late. Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Nama Ajnanattimiran Dhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Giring Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Gurung Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandava Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Srila Gurudev Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashto Tarashat Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. In the same thousands of Dandava Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Ashto Tarashata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and to all of our Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis past, present and future, including all of you physically present and all of you virtually present, I offer my pranam. Hare Krishna. Okay. So today we are observing many important days, all grouped into one with a very short amount of time. Before speaking about the pastimes of the Lord in relationship with Himself, which is Ratha Yatra, we will first beg for the mercy of the Vaishnavas, whose day it is today. And that is Sri Shivananda Sen and Sri Swarup Damodar Goswamis. Without Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, what would we know of the internal moods of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is the Guru of our Prayojan Acharya, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, who gave all of the knowledge that Srila Krishna Ras Kaviraj Goswami placed in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita from the Karachas of Swarup Damodar Goswami. So we are eternally indebted to Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is an eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Gaur Leela and also within Krishna Leela, who is Swarup Damodar Goswami, Sri Lalita Sakhi. So before I speak more about Swarup Damodar Goswami, I would like to speak something about Sri Shivananda Sena. just a little bit. Sri Shivananda Sain is also an intimate and eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda Prabhu. We know that he was very expert in organizing and arranging for the benefit and the welfare of the devotees. The devotees depended upon him in a way that all accommodations, prasad, and everything was taken care of because of Sri Shivananda Sain. So he was a very necessary personality. Why am I speaking about the devotee first? Because without the mercy of the devotee, one cannot attain the shelter of Krishna. In fact, it is told very strongly, Pratamam tu gurum pujam. And the other one, first worship Sri Guru, and the Guru manifests as also the Vaishnavas. But also, Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnu aradhana param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. More than worshipping the Lord himself, it is serving the devotee, who is near and dear to the Lord. But if we don't serve them first, then everything is rendered fruitless. So, by the mercy of personalities like Sri Shivananda Sain and Swarup Damodar Goswami, we may be able to gain entrance into something of the pastime of Rath Yatra. So Sri Shivananda Sain, he was expert in this kind of seva. If we've seen Srila Gurudev at any festival, how would he glorify those who are arranging for the devotees, those who are taking care of the prasadam? He would say without all of these kind of arrangements, everyone would be disturbed. So he would give so many blessings to these personalities. It is a great asset to be able to serve Vaishnavas like this, to make sure that they are comfortable, that they have prasad and everything. By that they will be pleased and they will bestow their mercy upon us. Jai Vaishnava Sevile, Achintya Krishna Pai. Srila Bhakti Vigyam Bharati Maharaj would always quote this shlok. By serving the Vaishnavas, one will certainly achieve the inconceivable Krishna, or they will achieve his shelter. So Shivananda Sain had this natural inclination. But at one point in his pastimes, he got caught back taking care of paying for tolls and taxes and everything. And the devotees had gone ahead and they were simply waiting. They didn't know where to go, what to do. Prasadam wasn't ready and everything like this. They all were waiting for when will Shivananda come. There was one personality who was never angry. Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. He was also present within this party. And he manifested which externally appeared to be great anger. He was waiting. All the devotees were hungry. When he saw Shivananda, what did he do? He kicked him in his chest. This seems like a crazy, wild thing to do, kicking a Vaishnava in the chest. How did Sri Shivananda Sain see it? Oh, this is the great mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. By this, all of my karma, all of my samsara and everything is finished, and I will certainly achieve the mercy of the Lord. This is the greatest blessing. In the discussion of this pastime, our Guru Varga have told that where is material anger manifested from? From frustrated lust. But lust is not present within the transcendental personalities. Atmendriya pritivancha tare balekam krishnendriya priti ichadhare premanam. The desire to satisfy our own senses, and on the pretext of satisfying our own senses, satisfying the senses of others of this material world. This is known as kam or lust. And when lust is frustrated, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, dhyayato vishaya pungsam. What happens when lust is frustrated? Then anger manifests. But Krishnendriya priti ichadhare premanam, the desire to satisfy the transcendental senses of Krishna, this is known as prem. Nityananda Prabhu is not different from Baladev Prabhu. Balarama hoilo nitai, Sri Narottam Das Thakur has said. Not different. Every particle of the being of Baladev Prabhu or Nityananda Prabhu is made of transcendental, loving service to the Lord. Therefore, what appears to be anger, we cannot say it is due to frustrated lust. Therefore, we cannot call it anger. It is mercy. And that mercy is such that by one kick, millions of lifetimes of rotating in this sangsar can be removed. Ar kabe nitai chander koruna hoebe sangsara vashanamor kabe tu chahbe. Oh, when will Sri Nityananda Prabhu give me his mercy? When that sweet day will come, my sangsar in this material world will become insignificant. Samashrita ye padapallavaplavam mahat padam punya yashomurare bhavam badir vatsapadam param padam yad vipadam natesham. How insignificant will this entire bhavasagar become if we take shelter of Sri Guru, if we take shelter of personalities like Sri Nityananda Prabhu. It'll be as easy to cross over as the water within the hoofprint of a calf. How easy is that? What seems insurmountable and unlimited, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, becomes insignificant. Kabe tuchha habe. This is insignificant by his mercy. So Shivananda Sen was so happy, so blissful, having received the kick of Nityananda Prabhu. What mercy is this? Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj explained that from an external perspective, this may seem harsh if one does not understand what is going on internally. He said, but we cannot understand the nature of the pure personalities, the transcendental personalities, even in this world. If a lady has a friend who's also a lady, and she thinks, oh, my friend is so beautiful, she may externally say, I hate you. And the friend knows, oh, she thinks I'm very beautiful. And she feels so happy inside. Oh, she said she hates me because she thinks I'm beautiful. But from outside, people will say, hey, why are you saying you hate them? They won't understand this. Or when we were young, our parents used to tell us, why don't you go play on the freeway, on the highway? Because we were making a problem, making too much noise in the house. They didn't mean we should go play on the highway, but this was their joke. But still it was full of love and affection and vatsalyata. If someone else were to tell us to do it, and we did it, the parents would become upset. So, although the wife of Sri Shivananda Sen began to weep, that how is this possible? He has kicked him. Shivananda said, don't worry, this is the greatest mercy. And we see that further on, afterward, when Sri Shivananda Sen arrived in Jagannath Puri, at that time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered him and his family like manifestations of his own body. He accepted them as his own and arranged for them to receive his Mahaprasad. In fact, the children of Shivananda received the direct remnants of Mahaprabhu. And the youngest son of Shivananda received the mercy of Mahaprabhu in the form of, because he was just a baby, he was sucking on the toe of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should understand that this is the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, like he did for Raghunath Das Goswami. Nityananda Prabhu placed his feet on the head of Raghunath Das Goswami and said, now I remove all of your sangsar. Now you are free to run to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should understand that the chastisement of transcendental personalities is actually only the greatest extent of mercy. Yes, Prabhu? Yes. So Nityananda Prabhu cursed the sons of Shivananda Sen to die. That's why his wife was crying. But this doesn't mean he was actually cursing them to die. He was basically making this kind of joke from the outside that people cannot understand. So this is another instance of being very careful not to judge great personalities. Vrindavan Das Thakur says, when you cannot understand these kind of interactions among great personalities, be very careful. Don't take sides. I will kick you in your head. And this is also the mercy of Vrindavan Das Thakur. So, what to do? Hare Krishna. Shri Shivananda Sen ki jai. Today, as we know, is also the disappearance anniversary of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, very intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lalita Saki in Krishna Lila. So instrumental in Krishna's pastime as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In fact, he is the person who has written the verses describing the speciality of who Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is and what he came to experience. This famous verse that we all hear, Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrishovanaeva, this is written by Swarup Damodar Goswami. And the other one, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Hladini Shakti Rasmad, this is also written by Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. He's so intimate with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he understands all of the inner heart's moods of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which almost everyone else could not fully understand. Very few. Gadadhar Pandit, Ramananda Rai, Swarup Damodar, Rup Goswami, they could understand something of the deepest inner heart's mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But not everyone could. So all the different rasas were present. Not even the Braja rasas. All rasas from all Vaikunthas and everything were present in Gaur Lila. But only those who had that kind of very personal, deep, intimate understanding and access could understand the fullness of his moods, to the point where they actually were engaged in the function of, I'm going to use this word, coaching Krishna as Mahaprabhu how to properly taste the moods of Srimati Radhika. Krishna is by his nature Vishai, the supreme enjoyer. To take the role of Ashray, that personality who is giving enjoyment to Krishna, although this is within Krishna, still it is foreign to his nature. And so to taste it properly, he was taking shelter of Sri Gadadhar Pandit, who would speak about the esoteric and deep meanings of Srimad Bhagavatam from the perspective of those personalities, the gopis of Braj. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would be tasting the moods of Srimad Bhagavatam as Gadadhar Pandit was speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam. From Rai Ramananda, he was hearing so many verses from all Shastras, from all scriptures, to enhance the bhav which he is trying to experience. And from Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami, especially, he was hearing so many different kirtans. Those kirtans which are written by transcendental personalities are non-different from Shastra. All of our Guru Varga have told it. What we read here by Narottam Das Thakur, by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they are not different from Shastra. They are the explanation of Shastra in a very deep, and I would say, emotional form. When bhakti or prem, devotion, comes to a high extent, it manifests in the form of poetry, of song. Anyone knows this. You can write poems, but when you're feeling something desperate in your heart, love and desperation, the poetry which comes out at that time is something different. So it is very, very deep. And Swarup Damodar Goswami would recite to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially at the Gambhira in Jagannath Puri, the songs of Jayade Goswami, like we sang today, Shrita Kamala, Kuchamandala, Dhrita Kundala, Kalitala Litabanamala, Jaya Jaya Deva Hare. So many different beautiful, sweet moods of Krishna with the Brajavasis are manifest within that bhajan, if one understands the deeper and deeper meanings. Or like we sang the bhajan of Vidyapati today, Bhanaye Vidyapati, Madhava he bahutami nati karitoy, De tulasitila, Deya samarpinu, Dayajani na charabi moy. So he would sing these ones and also the bhajans of Chandidas. Soe keva shunaile shyamana, keva shunaile shyamana, keva shunaile shyamana. And these bhajans, also from Krishna Karnamrita of Bilva Mangal Thakur, Jagannath Vallabha Nataka, the speciality of the pastimes of Jagannath. But which Jagannath? Bhuje sebye venum shirishishikpicham katitate. That personality who is Krishna of Braj. Sada Srimad Vrindavanavasati, always residing in Vrindavan and performing beautiful pastimes with the Brajvasis. That Jagannath. When we say Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatume, oh Jagannath, please make yourself visible before my eyes. It's almost like our Diksha mantras. We're praying, who are you? Oh, I'm meditating upon you. Please manifest yourself within my heart. Oh Jagannath, who are you? Externally, everyone is saying he's the Lord of the universe. But there's a different kind of universe. There's the universe of Prem. There's the universe of Braj. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is seeing Jagannath, he's seeing Jagannath as Sakshat Brajendra Nandan. Directly, Brajendra Nandan, Shyamasundar, Krishna of Vrindavan. So as Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is endeavoring to taste these bhavs of Srimati Radhika, Swarup Damodar Goswami is one of the prominent personalities who is adjusting, coaching, and also enhancing by these kirtans the bhavs that Krishna wants to taste of Radhika's love and affection for Krishna. How deep and intimate is that relationship? In fact, Swarup Damodar Goswami was a very near and dear associate of Sachinandan Gaurahari from Sri Navadip Dham. When Sachinandan Gaurahari took sannyas and became Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he left Navadip Dham. At that time, it was Purushottam Acharya or Purushottam Bhattacharya. He could not bear that separation. So he could not remain in Navadip because everything felt within Navadip like this is, how does Mahaprabhu say it? Srimati Radhika's own bhav. Shunyayitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahename. In separation from Govinda, the entire universe feels empty, vacant. In the same way, Swarup Damodar Goswami, at that time his name was Purushottam Acharya, felt that Navadvip was empty. What can I do? He couldn't even remain there. It was too painful, so he left that place. And he went to Kashi. And like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas in Katwa. So this Purushottam Bhattacharya, he went to Kashi and there he took sannyas. So although when one takes sannyas, they no longer keep the thread or their shikha. Generally they wear reddish cloth, but Swarup Damodar Goswami did not wear the reddish cloth. He kept the name, the sannyas name Swarup Damodar. But immediately, without finishing all of these sannyas rituals, he took that opportunity to go to Puri to be in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How attached is he to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And he was present in all of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. So there's so much more to say about him. Hare Krishna. But we need to speak something about Ratha Yatra. Shri Swarup Damodar Goswami ki jai, Tadiya Tiro Bhav Maha Mahotsava ki jai. So today, as we know, it is Ratha Yatra. And so many people see this day from so many different perspectives. There is what is written in Skanda Purana and other Shastras, that Jagannath is the Lord of the universe. So many see him as Vaikuntha. And then others see him as Dwarkanath, Dwarkadish. So Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra. And there are different histories about how he has manifested. I won't focus on the other histories because there are particular specialities for the Rupanuga Gaudiya Vaishnavas that are too important to not miss. There are histories of how he manifested. Some say, the wood, as it was being carved by Vishvakarma, there was a restriction that no one should enter. If you enter, then all the work will stop immediately. No one heard any sound inside. The king was coerced to go inside by his queen. There's no one working in there. Maybe it's been days. You should check. And he went in and they were unfinished. We should understand that there's no such thing as unfinished when it comes to the Lord, because He's always complete. Om Purnam Adap Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So this idea that the Lord is incomplete is actually a mundane idea, but it's one of the stories that is told. But we should never think the Lord is incomplete. Everything that He does is for a purpose, for a reason, for His own purpose, and for His own reason. And we should understand that very clearly. So previously, some days before, it was on Snana Yatra, we were discussing the reason for the appearance of that special form. And very quickly, that special form of Jagannath was Krishna in Dwarka and his brother Balaram coming to hear Rohini Maya, who was present within Braj, witnessing the love between the gopis and Krishna, telling the queens of Dwarka, who wanted to know why Krishna is weeping and calling the names of the gopis in the night, in his sleep, and his pillow and the bed is becoming wet with his tears. What is it within them that has captured him? And so they wanted to know, but she put Subhadra as a guard at the door. She stood there to make sure that Krishna and Balaram will not come. Because, as Shastra says, actually Sriman Narayan himself says, that wherever my glories are being sung, I am always present there. Mad bhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami. O Narad, I reside in that place where my glories are being sung by my devotees. So Rohini Maya, she knew this. And so she put Subhadra as a guard at the door. But hearing those glories of the love of the Braja Gopis and Krishna, Subhadra became completely ecstatic. Her form changed and she manifested that particular form. When Krishna and Balaram became so attracted, they came to that area to hear what's going on. They saw Subhadra in this ecstatic form, and then they started listening, and immediately they also manifested these ecstatic forms. This is the real reason for this manifestation, and there are other reasons as well. But the real reason is it is a transformation of ecstasy in that manifestation. What we see as Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, this is the transformation of ecstasy, hearing about the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis in Braj. So we should understand that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is seeing Jagannath, he's seeing him as Braj Krishna. So what is this Rath Yatra festival which takes place on this day? We see that 3 chariots are brought out. There's this particular time that it is done. Everyone is there. Big rituals are done. The first chariot is led by Baladev. The second chariot is Subhadra. The third chariot is Jagannath. I know in ISKCON they do it the other way around, but traditionally it's that way. If you understand the Katha, then we understand why. So from certain perspectives, they will say, oh, well, Baladev is going first, and then Subhadra, and then Jagannath. And they're going to vacation by the sea and recuperate because, well, Dwarkadish Krishna needs some time to recuperate. They don't understand what's actually going on. As we mentioned before, Jagannath, he receives an opportunity to go to Braj. So he makes a plan to be sick, to pacify Lakshmi Devi, his consort, giving her many days of exclusive time so that she'll be okay. Now, even in the material world, I remember there was some self-help guru guy, and he was saying, if you want your wife to be happy, then just give her half an hour a day. Just a half an hour, 30 minutes, and she'll be satisfied. So he knew, let me give Lakshmi 15 days, let me give her exclusive time, and then, without telling her where he was going, he goes with Baladev and Subhadra, in essence using them as a channel by which he can escape. To go to Sundarachala, to go to Vrindavan. Yesterday we celebrated Gundicha Mandir Marjanam, the cleaning of the Gundicha temple. This represents Vrindavan, or our hearts. And this chariot procession, Rath Yatra, represents, the chariot represents the heart, and the ropes represent the moods of love and affection, pulling Krishna from Dwarka or Kurukshetra back to Vrindavan. So we celebrated this day yesterday of cleaning not only the external temple but the internal temple of our hearts and minds. Cheto Darpanamarjanam. Very important, because Krishna will only go to that place where there is no other inebriety, where it is pure. Then he can rest, he can be peaceful. So this is actually Vrindavan. So from the Gaudiya Vaishnava perspective, from that understanding, we see that Balare Prabhu, he is representing Guru Tattva. Guru Kripa Bina Nahi Koi Sadhana Bal. Without first taking shelter of Guru, one cannot even take one step on the path of sadhana. Yasya prasadad bhagavat prasado yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. Without the mercy of Guru, one cannot attain the shelter and mercy of Krishna. One cannot attain that destination. Nagati kutopi. They cannot attain that destination. So Balare Prabhu, he is clearing out all obstacles. This is Balaram. Subhadra is Bhakti Devi. How will Bhakti Devi manifest in our heart without the shelter and mercy of Sri Guru? And when Bhakti grows and it increases more and more, then becomes Bhav and then Prem, Krishna will become desperately attracted and he will want to come and taste that fruit, the fruit of Prem, within the heart of the Bhakta. So from the devotee perspective, we see that Balade Prabhu is leading this procession, Guru Tattva. Then we see Subhadra, Bhakti Tattva. And then we see that Krishna is arriving. Specifically, within the pastime of Rath Yatra Prasanga. It was Swarup Damodar Goswami who actually ascertained the internal moods of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and called out the appropriate verses. It was a mundane poem of a material song talking about, I'm missing being with my beloved next to the Reva River when we used to meet together carefree. Oh, I long for that to happen again. But because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika, this is called udipana, stimulation. It stimulated that mood. What is the mood of Rath Yatra? Nilachala, the temple of Jagannath represents Dwarka or Kurukshetra. And Gundicha Mandir or Sundarachala represents Vrindavan. So, after so long, the Brajabasis have gone to Kurukshetra with an opportunity to see Krishna again. Krishna had sent so many personalities to try to pacify the Brajabasis. He had sent Balade Prabhu. He had sent Udhav. He himself didn't go, but he had sent different personalities to stay for some time and try to pacify the Brajabasis. But they witnessed that the more they tried, the more the separation of the Brajabasis increased. So finally, on the pretext of all going to bathe together during the solar eclipse at Kurukshetra, all the Brajabasis, Nanda, Yashoda, the Sakhas, the Gopis, they all went to Kurukshetra. And Krishna had gone from Dwarka, along with all of his associates, to Kurukshetra. And millions from around the world all came and assembled at that place. We can understand that this is possible. It happens to this day at Kumbh Mela. At that time, Krishna was there, sitting on the throne in this makeshift, amazing, massive place, with all of his courtiers around him. And he heard that Nanda and Yashoda and the Brajabasis are coming. Immediately he got up and left that place and went running to where Nanda and Yashoda were. Just seeing him from a distance, they began wailing and weeping desperately. Krishna began wailing and weeping, calling mother, mother, and she was saying, Lala, Lala. Balaram was crying. He also went there. And Balaram ran to Nanda Baba, who was weeping and kept him on his lap and was calling him his son. And Yashoda was holding Krishna on her lap. She covered him with her cloth as she would when he was little, even though she hadn't seen him in so long. And they were weeping and weeping. Srila Gurudev said no words were even able to be spoken between them. How desperate was that mood of separation? Srila Gurudev said that Devaki then came out and she saw what kind of mood this is, that Krishna never treats me like this, but immediately upon seeing Yashoda, he's manifesting these moods of separation, sitting on her lap and calling her mother like this. And so she decided not to address it directly, but somewhat indirectly. Oh, you're so fortunate. Because you gave your love and affection to him like a mother, although I'm his real mother. But he's treating you like this, so you are so fortunate. Rohini Maya understood what Devaki was trying to do. And she said, oh, we have so many people to attend to, we should leave immediately. She did not want to disturb their bhav. What was going on? But then Yashoda, being so compassionate, her Vatsalya Prem was overflowing. She understood that also the gopis were there. And even one moment more, they would not be able to maintain their lives. Srila Gurudev at this time told that once when he was young, he went with his father to collect so many, to pick green chickpeas. And he said he had a big bag and he was carrying it all the way home. He said about halfway it started to feel very heavy. By the time he got to the village, it was almost unbearably heavy. By the time he got to the front door, he could no longer carry it and he had to drop it. He had to put it down. He couldn't even bring it inside. He said similarly, the weight of separation. He said when the gopis were in Braj, they were able to maintain themselves somehow. But coming so close to Krishna, this became practically unbearable. And even a moment more of separation from Krishna, they would not be able to maintain their lives. Therefore, Yashoda, by some arrangement, made it so that everyone else could go ahead and that the gopis could be there with Krishna, especially Srimati Radhika. So Srimati Radhika was able to express her heart to Krishna, that actually, my mind, my heart is Vrindavan. And I know that you are not happy here. I want you to be happy. Wearing all of this fancy regalia of a king, dressed up in gold and all of this, and acting in this role, this is not making you really happy. You were the most happy when you were with us in Vrindavan, on the banks of Yamuna. So I want that you should come back with us. Srila Gurudev said that they brought Krishna's flute, they brought his peacock feather and everything, and said, we want that you should be happy. We want that you should be pleased. So you should come back with us and this will make you the most happy. Their mood is only what is favorable for him, what is beneficial for him, what is for his happiness and pleasure. I don't want to see you like this. You will be happy, you should come back with us. And so by this calling, and Krishna said, certainly I must come. By this mood, the mood of Srimati Radhika, the mood of the gopis, this Rath Yatra festival has manifested. All of our Guru Varga, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Swami, Srila Bhakti Gaur Govinda Maharaj, all of our Guru Varga, they have spoken about this subject matter, Rath Yatra, and what it means. Really, what does it mean? It is the sentiment, the mood of bringing Krishna from Kurukshetra or Dwarka back to Vrindavan. What can bind him? What can pull him? Only the ropes of love and affection, that he should come and be in Vrindavan. So this is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates at that time, while the kirtan is going on. But Swarup Damodar Goswami is chanting these verses, reminding or enhancing the bhav of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannath is Dwarkadish, but when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present, he is Braja Krishna. From the perspective of this Braj Krishna is none other than Srimati Radhika. So there's actually a transcendental play going on between Braja Krishna and Srimati Radhika. And she is letting Krishna in the form of Jagannath, but Sakshat Brajendra Nandan know that you have left us and now we are bringing you back. And so sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go in front of the chariot. And as Jagannath is witnessing the beautiful dancing of Radharani in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he cannot help himself but to move forward. But then to test, to see, is he moving forward just because he's going forward, or is he following me? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go around the back of the chariot. Then the chariot of Jagannath stopped. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita that they brought hundreds of elephants and horses to pull that chariot, and the chariot would not budge, would not move a single inch. But then to assure Krishna that I am still here, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply touched that chariot with his head, and then immediately the chariot began to move forward. So I cannot speak it as beautifully as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada have told. So I just want to read it very quickly because it's so powerful and so beautiful. So this is from the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 13:119 by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, but he is quoting and paraphrasing Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. That he is describing the ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as follows. After giving up the company of the gopis in Vrindavan, Sri Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, engaged in his pastimes at Dwarka. When Krishna went to Kurukshetra with his brother and sister and others from Dwarka, he again met the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhava Duty Suvalit. That is, Krishna himself assuming the part of Srimati Radharani in order to understand Krishna. Lord Jagannath Dev is Krishna, and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leading Lord Jagannath toward the Gundicha temple corresponded to Srimati Radharani's leading Krishna toward Vrindavan. Shri Kshetra, Jagannath Puri, was taken as the kingdom of Dwarka, the place where Krishna enjoys supreme opulence. But he was being led by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan, the simple village where all of the inhabitants are filled with ecstatic love for Krishna. Shri Kshetra is a place of Aishwarya Leela, just as Vrindavan is the place of Madhurya Leela. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's following at the rear of the Rath indicated that Lord Jagannath Krishna was forgetting the inhabitants of Vrindavan. Although Krishna neglected the inhabitants of Vrindavan, he could not forget them. Thus, in his opulent Ratha Yatra, he was returning to Vrindavan. In the role of Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was examining whether the Lord still remembered the inhabitants of Vrindavan. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell behind the Rath, Jagannath Dev, Krishna himself, understood the mind of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Jagannath sometimes fell behind the dancing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to indicate to Srimati Radharani that he had not forgotten. Thus, Lord Jagannath would stop the forward march of the Rath and wait at a standstill. In this way, Jagannath agreed that without the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, he could not feel satisfied. While Jagannath was thus waiting, Gaurasundar Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, immediately came forward to Krishna. At such times, Jagannath would proceed ahead very slowly. These competitive exchanges were all part of the love affair between Krishna and Srimati Radharani. In that competition between Lord Chaitanya's ecstasy for Jagannath and Jagannath's ecstasy for Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emerged successful. So we should understand that this festival is the pulling of Srimati Radhika and her gopis, her sakhis, of Krishna back to Vrindavan. They're pulling him back to Vrindavan. So simply pulling on the ropes, or even trying to get crushed by the wheel of the chariot of Jagannath. This will not give one Braja Prem, but if one takes shelter of the Rupanuga Vaishnavas, if one takes shelter of those who understand the deepest inner heart's mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna but Radha Bhava Duty Suvalit, and they follow very carefully, then they will also be able to see Jagannath as Sakshat Brajendra Nandan, pulling Krishna to Vrindavan on the chariot of one's heart by the ropes of one's love and affection. So for us, this day is extremely important. Why? We've heard this bhajan, Shri Krishna Virahe Radhikari Asha Amito Sahite Nari. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, I am unable to bear, I cannot tolerate the burning separation that Srimati Radhika is feeling from Krishna. So if one is aspiring for this mood of being the servant, the Palyadasi, the maidservant of Srimati Radhika, then they also will not be able to help themselves but to try somehow or other to bring Krishna back to Srimati Radhika. This is the mood of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. This is the mood of Ratha Yatra. This is the mood of all of our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas. So it is such a beautiful and powerful day. There are so many important happenings. First from Snana Yatra, then of course to Ratha Yatra. What happened just before? And then Hair Panchami is coming. There's so many different, Gundicha Mandir Marjanam, then Hair Panchami, Ratha Yatra, Hair Panchami, and then whatever happens afterward. There are so many important days which are so powerful and beneficial for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas to take shelter of at this time. And before I finish, Shri Jagannath Ratha Yatra Ki Jai, pulling Krishna to Vrindavan with the ropes of Radharani's love and affection and assisting her in that endeavor. Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Shirashan Chakraju Ki Jai. Before we finish, I just want to mention very quickly that the personality whom Srila Gurudev engaged in building this place, that is Gopinath Prabhu. He was very fortunate to depart from this world in Vrindavan on this very day. That is not ordinary. We can understand that as much as Gopinath Prabhu was who he was and how he was the object of affection, he was the object of mercy and compassion of a very near and dear associate of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, that is our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And we cannot estimate their mercy, but to leave in Vrindavan on such an important day, after also dedicating years and years and years of one's life in trying to somehow please Gurudev. And he knew it. He knew that he was full of imperfections, and he would blatantly say it. I'm doing what I can to the best of my abilities. Srila Gurudev knew it, and yet he kept him close. Once someone tried to hurt him, and they actually were able to do so. And I witnessed Srila Gurudev's mamata for him. Gurudev was like a mother lion pulling her cub in. Like, how dare you try to do this? He is mine. So Gurudev had this kind of mamata for Gopinath Prabhu. He engaged him in seva in so many ways. And that seva is still functioning to this day. The fact that we are here, the fact that Gurudev for so many years was able to do his parikramas from this place. Even near the end of his Leela, he kept saying, I want to go back to Gopinath Bhavan. He wanted to be here. This was a manifestation of the heart of Gurudev, and he manifested it also by utilizing Gopinath Prabhu as an instrument. Not only this place, but also the temple in Navadvip and so many other sevas. So I just wanted to mention Gopinath Prabhu in this context, that he gives me hope. He gives me hope that maybe I can be wherever I am in this world. I might be lower than a dog, but yet I can be the dog of Guru. And even though my qualification may be that of a dog, but if I'm loyal to Guru, Guru will count me as his own and will protect me. Like Shivananda saying, he kept care for that dog. The devotees said, oh, that dog who was following the party, we don't know where he is. Shivananda Sain searched everywhere for him. And then they found him in Puri. He had already gone ahead. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a rasagula, and he threw the rasagula or coconut. That dog ate it, coconut. And then everyone saw that dog, he disappeared. He had gone back to the spiritual world. So we should understand the mercy of Gurudev is such that even someone less than a dog like me can receive mercy. Gopinath Prabhu was always dedicated in his life, in his words, and especially near the end. I remember him telling again and again with tears in his eyes, I have more service to do for Gurudev. I have more service. So as long as my body is able to be alive, I want to serve him more and more. Shri Gopinath Prabhu ki jai. Okay. Shri Rath Yatra Mahamahotsav ki jai. There's so much more to tell. I am limited, and also the time is limited. I've gone way over, so please forgive me. But today is such a big day. It is the day of Shivananda Sain, the day of Swarup Damodar Goswami, the day of Jagannath Rath Yatra, the day of Gopinath Prabhu's departure. So, Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Gopijana Vallabha Prabhu is saying that if one sees the Rath Yatra procession of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, even one time, they will no longer take birth in this material world. Jai. Where will we take birth? Only from the human form can we endeavor for perfection. We should look very deeply into the meaning behind this, because if one is engaged in serving the Lord, then it is no longer considered to be the material world. And one from the human form in the association of Rasik Bhavuk Vaishnavas, always serving and chanting the holy names of the Lord underneath the guidance of Rupanuga, Raganuga devotees, they will able to progress all the way to perfection in Krishna Lila. So it may be that someone who jumps under the wheel of the chariot of Jagannath, they will attain to Vaikuntha in their four-arm form. But this is not our hope or aspiration. Our hope and aspiration is to attain service at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in transcendental Vrindavan. So how this will be possible? One never has to take birth again in this material world. Also, if one leaves in Vrindavan, it is said the same thing is said. Yamaraj cannot touch you. Yes. Yeah, Srila Bhakti-Vigyan Bharati Maharaj explained that when Jagannath, Subhadra and Baladev are coming out of the temple to go to the chariots, Baladev and Subhadra, they don't rock back and forth. They just come out straight. But for some reason, for the reason of Jagannath's own purpose, he is bouncing right and left, looking very almost intoxicated, trying to lovingly glance at all of his devotees. He has come out for this special purpose. And as they're moving him from one big pillow to the next, these cushions are exploding, and even the feathers or whatever it is that are inside is going everywhere. But he's looking to see his devotees, and his devotees are also lovingly looking toward him. So he's, what is it? Kadachat kalindi tatavipina sangi tartaro mudabiri nari vadana kamala shvada madupa. No, the next one. Oh, casting sidelong glances upon his loving devotees. Kataksha vidadate. Yes. So it's in the second verse. So this is the real or true deep meaning of Jagannath and his Rath Yatra. He becomes happy. Rasanandi Radha Sarasabapura Lingana Sukho, upon embracing the form of Srimati Radhika, which is like a cool pond, like Radha Kunda. This is his bliss, this is his happiness. May that Jagannath Swami be the constant object of my vision. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Sudarshan Chakraju ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra ki Jai. Shri Radha Gopinath Ju Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Hare Krishna.